Hi there, this is Tom Johnston with TomJohnston.org. Hi, this is Tom Johnston with TomJohnston.org, and in today's video, Hi, this is Tom Johnston with TomJohnston.org, and in today's video, we're going to talk about something I learned as a diplomat. This is called walk, don't run. And specifically, many years ago when I was first starting out as a diplomat, one of my colleagues, he was briefly my boss, we were preparing for a VIP visit, and he said, let me give you a piece of advice, and it was something he'd learned as well from somebody earlier on, and that is walk, don't run. What do we mean by this? This means when, really in any situation in life, but especially when you have kind of a high pressure or high profile situation where a lot of people are walking, what you never want to do is A, panic, and B, equally as importantly, you don't want to project panic. If you do, it will ripple through everybody around, and oftentimes you'll have a situation that's maybe going off the rails a little bit. This is inevitable in anything you're doing, but you don't want to let that sort of become projected through how you're behaving. And obviously, in this case, the idea is, say you have a senator in town or somebody like that, and you're taking them on some event that's high profile, there's a lot of people around, and say the schedule's starting to shift and everything's getting messed up. What you don't want to do to try to rectify the situation is be like, we gotta fix this. Just calm, cool, and collected is how you want to be throughout the whole thing. And the main reason I'm telling you this is not in case you're ever escorting a VIP. I think few of us are ever in those circumstances, perhaps fortunately. By the way, if you do hear a little bit of funny noise in the background, there's a sprinkler hitting my window here, so please ignore that, but that's all part of the game here. Okay, so more broadly, I think the idea I'm trying to convey is whatever it is that you want to do or achieve, you want to steadily walk in that direction, calm, cool, collected, peacefully, with deliberation, with intention, and conveying to yourself and to the world that you've got the situation under control. And this is in contrast to sort of, okay, you decide you want to be an entrepreneur or a writer or get job X or get into school Y, and you try to just lurch at it and you try to sprint and make it all happen, and you sort of burn yourself out and probably don't get that far, as opposed to just deliberately and calmly walking in the direction that you need to go. It's a bit like Aesop's fable, The Tortoise and the Hare, where we all know it. It's the tortoise or turtle who's very deliberate and working his way to the finish line, and the hare is jumping all over the place. And indeed, I really do think in life, if you're slowly, deliberately building skills day after day, you will get where you need to be, and you will build a foundation so that you can actually succeed. Now, obviously, there are cases when a sprint is completely called for, not just when you're racing on a foot race and sprinting, but indeed there are circumstances where you have a crisis situation, or maybe you've been working towards something and you need to make a final push to push it up and over the edge, and it's a bit of a sprint. But I think those are the exceptions rather than the rule. And I think what happens too often is that many of us make this sort of sprint a sort of way of life and habit where we sort of have a hair on fire, gotta get it done, let me go do this, then let me go do that. And we never just slowly pick or calmly, it's not about being slow, it's more about being steady and deliberate. And we pick our destination and we're working towards it with confidence and with a sense of almost the inevitable that this is going to happen, and that there's plenty of time and it's all going to come to pass. Just maybe one more comment on this and then I'll wrap it up. You know, the people that I've worked with that were the most inspiring and the best were often, they almost seemed like they weren't as busy as everybody else. They could just do things almost more, it seemed like they were doing it more slowly, but I think it's that they were doing it with such expertise that it's almost like time slows down, or they're much more efficient in their actions, in the motions they're taking. You know, I've worked for a lot of different ambassadors, and one of the most effective, the guy got to work at like 9 every day and left at like 4 or 4:30. He never seemed too stressed out. He wasn't coming up with a million new initiatives. But in the country where we were working, he got more out of that country in terms of U.S. interests and what we were trying to accomplish than anybody I'd seen before, and certainly his predecessor, who was much more busy. And this is sort of along the lines of what I'm talking about: walk, don't run. Also, I do want to say, to a degree, this kind of more peaceful and serene approach to things is an acquired skill. I think it has to do with having expertise and basically just raw intelligence and knowing how to do things effectively. But nonetheless, I think we can all aspire to this, and especially when we're at the beginning of something, when we're a novice, we kind of get in this desire to sprint and get it all done. And I guess that's natural and normal and maybe inevitable as you're working your way through the suck phase, as I call it. But just back off, be calm, be confident, and work your way towards it. Walk, don't run. You'll get there ironically faster and in better shape and less exhausted, and you'll make everybody else around you much calmer, and they'll probably admire you a lot more as well, which is always a plus. And that's it. So thank you for watching. I am Tom Johnston with TomJohnston.org. Thank you for watching my video, and if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to get more videos, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.